And away they go from the 2,000 metre marker. Not a bad beginning, this one. Field of Light is right there. Osprey's tucked in just off the leader. Russet Roses is there, and around them is Iced Up. Near the rail is High Altar. Ideal Winters in the red on the right-hand side, and then comes Crystal Ball, and at the back is King's Lady, racing about 6-7 lengths off the leader. They're going behind the drill. They come back at 1,400 to go as Field of Light leads it. In second is High Altar, and at the rail we find High Altar. On the outside of that one is Iced Up. Ideal Winters in the red back in fourth. Then comes Russet Roses. Osprey is near the rail, that's the black with the red cap. And then comes King's Lady, and Crystal Ball's the trailer. It's racing about 6 or 7 lengths off the lead. Field of Light continues to control. Iced Up is second, and High Altar's at the rail third. Ideal Winters in the red back fourth, and Osprey's at the rail fifth. It's racing about 4 lengths off the leader. Then Russet Roses. King's Lady is second to last, and Crystal Ball trails. It's about 6 lengths from top to tail. Field of Light has controlled the pace. Iced Up is second. In third position is High Altar, and Ideal Winters in the red fourth. Osprey's at the rail fifth. Russet Roses on the outside is sixth. Then King's Lady and Crystal Ball's on the move. About to be homeward bound, and Field of Light has controlled the pace. Iced Up is second, and then High Altar, Ideal Winter. Osprey's going to go through down the inside with the red cap. The outside, Russet Roses and Ideal Winter. Field of Light still leads it. On the outside, Iced Up. Osprey's towards the inside, is under pressure now, and Russet Roses is running on, so is King's Lady, but it's still Iced Up, the leader, Ideal Winter. Russet Roses on the outside, it's wide open now. Ideal Winter comes into the lead. Russet Roses on the outside, and it's Russet Roses coming home to win it. Russet Roses won it. Ideal Winter second, third place to Iced Up. Number 5, Russet Roses will win it. The Dynasty, Diego de Gavea for Dennis Dreyer. And they end up winning it by a head or so. Second to number 6, well, it's a half head. Second, number 6, Ideal Winter. Third placing will go to number 9, and that is Iced Up, just beating High Altar for third and fourth. And then Crystal Ball is also involved there. So fourth place, maybe Crystal Ball from High Altar. Field of Light head up in the air, and then King's Lady. Osprey come under early pressure on the left-hand side with the red cap, and you'll see doesn't kick on. That was the tote favourite. However, the winner is number 5, Russet Roses, 11.40 and 3.10 from Ideal Winter, back in that second position. Until the 5th race, back to the studio.
Well, it's a good win here for the Dennis Dreyer camp. They had 3 strings to their bow. Number 2, Osprey. Number 4, Field of Light. And number 5, Russet Roses. So you really had a strong hand here, Den, with 3 horses in a small field.
You know, it was one of those tricky races. It really was. You know, my gut feel was Osprey. Field of Light, she's getting there. She's not a big filly. And this filly was very unlucky last time. She was the worry for me in the race. And Diego made up for it today. He gave her a peach of a ride. And, yeah, look, you know, that's what racing's all about, eh? As I say, my gut feel was Osprey. I didn't like the way she was striding, turning into the straight. So I'll see what Anthony says. And the other little filly, Sean just happened to say, she doesn't fancy that Polly, so we'll keep her to the grass. But very, very well done to Lee and Brahm. I said to them this filly was a big runner, and I think she could be in the placings. But it just shows you, you know, her last run was a damn good run, and a nice ride by Diego.
Well done here, Den. Before you leave us, touching on the balance of your rides to come, anything else you like?
No, these we're hoping. You know, the Fully colour your dreams. First time out the maidens, not easy. So what will be, will be.
Well, it was a good end to the season as well, Den, and congratulations to yourself and your team on winning the Equus Awards for the juvenile. It was a proud moment for yourself and the owners.
Yeah, I thought it was a great year. It was tough. It's not easy, as you know. And to all the owners and everybody concerned in the yard, thanks very much.
Well done, Den. Well done to Dennis Dreyer. Let's get Diego in. And maybe he's going to touch on that last start. It was a blanket finish. I didn't keep an eye on your horse, but any one of 6, 7 could have won that. But there were excuses for your horse.
100% last time, I didn't give it the best of rides. I was 3 deep throughout. Then I tried to chase and go forward, and I only got beat a length and a bit. Even though it was a blanket finish, I think my horse could have finished a lot closer if I just tucked in. But nevertheless, thank you to Mr. Drive for keeping me on her and giving me another opportunity on her today.
Talk us through this afternoon's race.
You know what? She's the type of filly. She's very gutsy. She can canter sprint. She can bowl and still quicken off that. So I wasn't too worried about the speed that we went. But I know she does have a turn of foot. So I was happy with where I was midfield. And when I asked her to quicken, she quickened up nicely. I didn't rush her, and she won a nice race today.
She had a fight on her hands because Warren's horse was certainly not throwing in the towel.
Yeah, like I said, she's very gutsy. As soon as another horse comes next to her, she's adamant to fight them off.
How many winners now, young man?
That's 45.
Well, you're getting close to that half a century.
Yeah, 100%. Getting closer. You can only do it with the support. Just a big thank you to Mr. Drive for the opportunity, as well as to the owners, Mr. Scribanti and Mr. Van Hastian, for giving me another opportunity on this horse. To Mr. Drive's whole team back at home, Kerry does a lot of work. Just well done to all of them.
Before you leave us, anything else you like later on?
I like my horse in the last race, Fantasy Art for Mr. Riverland. I think it's a big runner. And just before I leave, this is a very emotional winner for me. My uncle passed away on Monday. He was very into the racing, and I'd just like to dedicate this one to my aunt and my cousin. They lost a husband and a father, and he was very big into his racing, so this one's for him and his family.
Condolences to that family.
Thank you so much.
Diego de Guevara on number 5, Russet Roses. Well, if you got this quartet, it should pay handsomely. Those numbers are 5, 6, 9, and 3, race number 4. Coming up next, the last exotic. It is race number 5, and this will be where the jackpot will begin at 14:30, 2:30.